We're going to fight this as much as we can and in any way that we need to make sure that everybody can grow up knowing that they have the right to marry the person they love.
Coming up on News Live at 6, the Supreme Court deciding whether to reconsider the legalization of same-sex marriage. Our interview with the plaintiff.
Plus, 2 organizations on campus are teaming up to fight food insecurity with a food drive. Connect 315 and Crossroads Collective set up in Shine Student Center this week.
And Cornell's federal funding has been restored. What it's costing them? News Live at 6 starts right now.
News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Over SNAP benefits remain. Many Central New Yorkers are left without food assistance. Welcome to News Live at 6. I'm Anjana Dasam.
And I'm Matt Lesnik. Our Maddie Ritter is here to tell us about 2 organizations on campus how they're helping out. Maddie, good evening.
Over 180,000 citizens of the Central New York region are affected by the SNAP shutdown. Many local food pantries are struggling to be able to support the influx of need. However, Connect 315 and Crossroads Collective have come together to organize a campus-wide food drive.
Our goal here is to help alleviate some of the stress that many people have been having in the Central New York area due to their SNAP benefits being shut down, which were shut off and not replenished on November 1st.
Crossroads Collective and Connect 315 are 2 student organizations that have partnered up to tackle a nationwide issue that is affecting those in the Syracuse community. They've been collecting non-perishable food donations in the Shine Student Center.
There's been really good pickup as of today. I've been here all day. I've been here since 12:30, and I've kind of really been relishing in the involvement from our Syracuse University community. And
Donations have not yet been counted, but Connect 315 President Leah Farrell believes the drive was beneficial to the community.
People have been great saying, I'll come back tomorrow and bring stuff from my dorm or bring stuff that I'm not using at home, or even going downstairs and getting things from the little shop downstairs in the bookstore. So it's been really great. So many students have been so supportive and, showing their support for the Syracuse community.
For CitrusTV, I'm Maddie Ritter.
Maddie, thank you. The Department of Public Safety, today the Department of Public Safety sent out an email this afternoon after a rise in vehicle break-ins on campus. DPS says a majority of these break-ins involve vehicles being left unlocked with valuables left in plain sight. DPS is asking car owners to lock their doors, remove all valuables, park in well-lit areas, and be aware of surroundings when approaching your car. Any vehicle robbery should be reported to DPS.
And the Fayette Street parking garage in downtown Syracuse has been closed due to structural safety issues after inspections by city engineers. City officials say the demolition of the garage may be necessary after inspections showed signs of deterioration. The city is offering parking for monthly users at Washington Street Garage to offset the disruption of the Fayette Street garage.
And an update on Cornell University's federal funding. Today, the Ivy League announced it would be paying the Trump administration $60 million and accepting its interpretation of civil rights laws. In return, more than $250 million in federal funding will be restored and all investigations into the university will be stopped. In a statement, Cornell President Michael Kotlikoff said, quote, "This agreement revives that partnership while affirming the university's commitment to the principles of academic freedom, independence, and institutional autonomy that, from our founding, have been integral to our existence."
Micron announced this morning that their semiconductor project is falling behind schedule. The company says construction for the project will not begin until this spring, when it's supposed to start by the end of this month. The delays come as Micron's environmental impact statement was approved by the county legislature this morning.
And yesterday, the Syracuse Common Council discussed plans for alternatives to incarceration for local youth. The council plans to work with Exalt, an organization focused on supporting youth who have been through the criminal justice system. The initiative would provide access to internships, resume building, and other professional development opportunities. Participants have to apply and then be accepted after an initial referral. Now, Anjana, when I was walking to the station today, it was raining pretty bad.
I know, and the winds are really picking up. You're feeling those really cold fall temperatures. But right now, our Jude Bazerman is live outside. Jude, how's it looking like out there?
Matt and Anjana, this is really the first Friday I've been outside where, first of all, it's fully dark, and second of all, I've had to bundle up a little bit. I don't know if you could hear it, but the wind, I'll take a step out of frame for a little bit. Maybe you could see some of the trees, all the leaves roaming around with this wind. It's getting a little bit wild out here, you could say. Its temperature says it's around in the mid 50s, but those winds, it makes it feel like it's in the high 30s to low 40s. And then on and off rain, I've been out here for about 20 minutes with the camera getting things set up. We've had some rain for maybe about 5 minutes. It's stopped. Right now it's stopping, but we might get some in a couple minutes, so that on and off rain is going to stay. Let's take a look across the region. And those temperatures, that on and off rain and those winds, they're going to persist across the entire state today, whether you're out west towards Rochester, up north in Fulton. You can hear the winds right now. It's like I'm by the water. It's like I'm back in Buffalo where I was over the summer with the wind just blasting on Lake Erie. But no matter where you are in the state today, those winds, the on and off rain, the overcast skies, they're going to continue no matter where you are. Let's fast forward into tonight around 9 or 10 o'clock. The temperature's not going to drop off that much. It's going to go from the mid 50s to the low 50s. The big part is, again, as this wind kicks in, hopefully the projections say that the wind will die off just a little bit. So as you're getting ready to go out, hang out with some friends, even though today might be a better day to stay inside and just hang out, the wind should die off just a little bit. And that on and off rain should also die out as we head later into tonight. Guys, that's all I have right now. Stay tuned for your 5-day forecast later in the show.
Thanks, Jude. And today, the NCAA has blocked 6 men's college basketball players for sports betting. An investigation showed the players manipulated their performances to ensure certain bets were done during the 2024-25 season. These cases involve players at New Orleans, Mississippi Valley, and Arizona State. The investigation started last month and looked into at least 30 former players involved in sports betting issues.
And Governor Kathy Hochul is releasing new findings from a statewide report on the impact of Trump's tariffs. According to the report, both construction and manufacturing costs have risen by about 20%. New York also saw nearly 400,000 less tourists from Canada this year. According to the governor, the 21% tariff is costing state families just over $4,000 annually.
Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has officially announced her candidacy for governor of New York. She will go against Kathy Hochul in what is expected to be a high-profile race in 2026. In a statement, Stefanik said, quote, "Our campaign will unify Republicans, Democrats, and independents to fire Kathy Hochul once and for all to save New York."
And one person is dead after a head-on collision this morning on the Oneida County Thruway. A 2018 Jeep was going the wrong direction and collided with a 2018 Ford pickup around 3 a.m. The Jeep driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and the Ford passengers were airlifted to Upstate Hospital.
Coming up on News Live at 6, why the government shutdown is seeing no end in sight.
Plus, how the Trump administration is responding to a court order to fully fund SNAP benefits just after the break.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You're watching Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Anjana Dasam, Matt Lesnik, and Jude Bazerman. And now, your campus news leader continues.
Back to News Live at 6. Today, the Supreme Court decided whether to take up the appeal of former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis, asking justices to overturn the landmark 2015 decision that extended marriage rights to same-sex couples.
In a petition filed in August, Davis argues that the First Amendment protections for free exercise of religion immunizes her from personal liability for denying marriage licenses. She also called the court's ruling in Obergefell versus Hodges, quote, legal fiction.
Our Ben Bassick sat down with lead plaintiff Jim Obergefell as he reflects on the 10 years of marriage equality and why he says the fight is far from over.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for sitting down with us today. We really appreciate it.
Happy to do it. Thanks for the invitation.
I want to start off here and ask, after 10 years fighting for equality, what kind of keeps you motivated to keep fighting?
You know, for me, it's all about continuing the fight because I feel like I owe it to all of the people who came before me, the people who risked everything, who fought, who made the world a better place for me. So I feel like I need to keep doing that in gratitude to them, but also to make sure that I'm continuing to be part of making the world better for others. I just can't stop. This experience going to the Supreme Court really changed me profoundly, so I can't imagine doing anything else.
Do you think landmark Supreme Court cases like your own are going to be able to stand the test of time? Is there worry on your side about that?
I am worried about the rights we enjoy in this country. When we lose one, everything else is at risk. And we have a Supreme Court that has clearly shown that they are willing to overturn precedent that they personally disagree with.
Kim Davis right now is challenging Obergefell at the federal level. What's your message to her and those who believe that a decision like this interferes with their religious rights?
Kim Davis was elected to serve the people of Rowan County, Kentucky. That means everybody. And issuing a marriage license in no way harmed her religious beliefs. Religious freedom means you have the ability to believe at home and in your house of worship without interference from the government. Public life, civil life, that is not your home, that is not your place of worship.
Are you ready to step back in and defend Obergefell v. Hodges?
I will be there in any way, shape, or form that I can be. I have to keep fighting for this. It's wrong that we have to fear for the loss of our right to marry the person we love in the state we call home. And it's all because of hate. And there's no place for that in our country. Our country is supposed to be about we the people, where we all enjoy equality and the same rights under law. Think about when you got married and you were able to say to the person you love most, you're the person I choose, I thee wed. Think about how it felt. The way it changes the way you feel about that other person, about your relationship. Why on earth would you want to deny that right to someone else? We're not asking for your faith leader to do this. We're not asking for you to come to our wedding. We simply want to be able to exercise that same civil right that you have exercised.
Will you be watching the news to see if SCOTUS does accept Kim Davis's appeal of Obergefell v. Hodges?
I will absolutely be following the news to see what might come out of that discussion that day.
Thanks, Ben. Now to the latest in the government shutdown. Senate Democrats are expected to block a new Republican proposal to reopen the government. The proposal would fund the legislative branch for a year and include veteran and agricultural programs.
However, the proposal does not include an extension to the Affordable Care Act, a key Democratic demand. The shutdown became the longest in history this week, now spanning 38 days.
And as a result of the shutdown, more than 1,000 flights were canceled today as the FAA scales back air travel nationwide. 40 airports across 24 states were impacted.
Syracuse Hancock Airport is not one of those airports, which includes JFK, LaGuardia, and numerous California airports. The FAA says the reductions will start at 4%, but ramp up to 10% on November 14th.
And to the latest on SNAP, the USDA says it's working to fully fund benefits this month. The announcement made just hours ago comes up as the Trump administration is asking a federal appeals court to suspend a previous order to fully fund the program.
However, the administration does not want to spend more money outside of the contingency fund. It is unknown if the USDA announcement will have an impact on the appeal request.
Guys, it's nice to be back inside without the wind. I'll have your fun.
You've got pre-diabetes.
But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon. I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Live at 6, we're joined by our weather anchor, Jude Bazerman. Jude, you're finally inside, away from that cold. You know, we've been seeing more colder temperatures. Is that going to stay?
Anjana, I have some unfortunate news for all of us. Those nice temperatures that we're seeing today, even with the wind, the mid-50s, that's pretty good for early November. We might actually see some snow early next week. So
I don't like to hear that.
No, neither do I. It's not fun to be around, and it's not fun to deal with at all. But
I'm actually excited for the first snow. I think that's always really fun and pretty. We usually see people heading down, like sledding down Krause Hill, and that's always exciting. But then I'm not ready for the months of snow coming after that.
Well, it's a tradition to get excited for that first snow.
Yeah.
But like you said, those months afterwards, definitely not what I like to see.
But it's also really interesting, too, because you're a West Coast girl, Anjana. All the West Coast kids have never really seen snow before.
Right.
The Florida people, you slid down it, it's like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then, you look at it for the rest of the winter and it's not as fun. But let's look at the 5-day forecast as a whole. We have some better days ahead besides those snowy days. Let's take a look at tomorrow, for example. We have temperatures not nearing as warm as they are today, but close to the 50s, and some sun's going to be peeking out. But unfortunately, that's the last sun you're going to see for the entire rest of the 5-day forecast heading into the middle of next week. The lows aren't too bad. The lowest is going to be Monday, where we see the first snowfall of the season. So, hey, that's pretty good at 25. Tuesday, you're going to see some snow as well. Temperature is almost identical to what you see on Monday. And then Wednesday, later in the week, it's going to warm up quite a bit, up in the mid-40s, and that snow is going to turn to rain. So let's take a look at the radar. This is tomorrow morning into Sunday morning, and you see that precipitation that's going to hit Sunday, coming across the country from the Rust Belt into central New York, into Syracuse, and it's going to hit a little bit hard, nothing too extreme, but definitely going to be a pretty wet day, so bring your rain jackets out. Now that we have the first snow, let's take a look at the average snowfall per year. So Syracuse, this is from the Farmer's Almanac, by the way, 115 inches nearly every year. It's gone down a little bit since climate change and all that's been happening, but again, still one of the snowiest cities in the country. Now let's take a look at our neighbors to the west, Buffalo. Even them, they're significantly lower than us on average year by year. And let's take a look at New York State, and we'll see how quickly this falls off. Yeah, only 30 inches for New York City. You see the little icons, so hopefully it's not as bad of a winter as 114 inches, but we'll see. Only time will tell. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Jude. And from your plates to your screens, local favorite restaurant Funkin' Waffles is going to be on Food Network tonight. The restaurant will be on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
The show will feature some of the spot's classic items like the Reuben Waffles and the Bulgogi. This isn't Funkin' Waffles' first time on the show. Other spots like Kitty Hoyne's Irish Pub have also been featured on the channel.
And the nominations for music's biggest night of the year have officially dropped. Kendrick Lamar and Lady Gaga are leading the Grammy nominations with 9 and 7 respectively, with both being nominated for the big 3 awards: Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year.
If Gaga wins Album of the Year, it would be her first win in the category, despite being nominated 4 times for previous nominations. Artists like Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, Chappell Roan, Billie Eilish, and Tyler, the Creator are also leading nominations. Bad Bunny even made history with his Album of the Year nomination, making him the first artist to have 2 Spanish-language albums nominated in the category. Now, Anjana, who do you think should win Best Album?
I think it should be Lady Gaga. Like you said, she's been nominated multiple times for Album of the Year and has not gotten it. And she is such a talented artist. I think that she so deserves to win Album of the Year. And I think she might do it with Mayhem. I know that's been just a big in the music industry this year.
Yeah, now for me personally, I'm a big Clips fan. That was one of the ones that wasn't listed, but Let God Sort 'Em Out was my favorite album this year. Great features. Pusha T and Malice got back together and put together their best project yet, in my opinion. But we've been talking about what you should be listening to in music, but AJ Myers, what should we be watching for in sports?
Well, guys, unfortunately, Syracuse football probably isn't going to be winning any awards based off of how this season has gone, and that quarterback merry-go-round, it continues. I'll explain on the other side.
Women are bad with money.
That's what the world's been saying for centuries.
But now, we've got something to say. Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses.
It's all worthless, unlike us. To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Quarterback this season for Syracuse football has been a game of whack-a-mole. Welcome into sports. I'm AJ Myers. Each week, no one is sure which name is running out onto the field to lead the offense. Since starter Steve Angeli went down against Clemson, the Orange have played 3 different QBs. Halloween saw walk-on freshman Joe Filardi take center stage, only to complete just 1 pass in the first half. Filardi's freshman year teammate Luke Carney came in for a few gadget plays, but it's clear Fran Brown is yet to whack down the starting spot. Now comes a trip down south to face number 18 Miami. Good news, you do not need to play any arcade games before kickoff. Coach Brown said yesterday Ricky Collins would return to the starting role versus the Hurricanes. Miami is fresh off a defeat to SMU and needs a win to keep its playoff hopes alive. Tomorrow's game marks the 4th time this season SU plays an opponent that is coming off a loss. The Orange is 2-2 in those games. Kickoff from Miami is at 3:30. On the hardwood, Syracuse women's basketball squares off with UAlbany tonight. The Cuse tipped off the season Tuesday with a 24-point win versus Stony Brook. In that one, Coach Felicia Leggett-Jack felt the team recovered an aspect that was lost the previous season.
It's always been a rebounding team wherever I've been, and even in bad seasons, we rebounded the ball, and last year we just didn't do that. We didn't pursue it. You know, you got to say something about this kid named Justice. She's a freshman, didn't play a lot of minutes, but every rebound she got, it was almost like it took the life out of the opponent.
The Great Danes knocked off the Orange around this time last year. In contrast, UAlbany grabbed 26 rebounds, 12 of which were on the offensive glass. It's a 7 o'clock tip-off in the Dome tonight. The men's side plays Delaware State tomorrow afternoon. Still no word yet on the status of guard J.J. Starling. The senior left SU's opener Monday with a lower body injury. With no Starling, it could see freshman Kyan Anthony slide into the starting lineup. Against Binghamton, the guard put up 15 points on 6 of 10 shooting, but it was not the scoring that impressed head coach Adrian Autry. It was the other side of the ball.
Defensive end, I thought he gave a lot of energy. I thought he moved. I thought he made the right rotations. So I was extremely proud of him tonight on that end.
Now, AJ Myers here back at the desk. AJ, last year Miami comes into the Dome, ends up being upset by the Cuse. Do you think there's any chance of that happening this year?
As much as an exciting victory that was and a real staple for head coach Fran Brown, I don't think it's going to happen. This Hurricanes team is much better, and ultimately the quarterback play has just been such a mess for Syracuse this season. You just have no idea who is really going out there. We think it'll be Ricky Collins from the start. Will he play the whole game? That is yet to be seen.
Thank you, AJ. And coming up, we'll have your one last look at your wake-up weather. Stay with us.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
Okay.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hi, my name is Sadie Miller.
My name is Luke Brady. I go by St. Luke.
So this one I started with this guitar lick.
So the weather today is pretty windy, but those winds should die down. The clouds, however, are going to stay as we head into tomorrow morning around 9 or 10 a.m. where you're going to be getting up on a nice Saturday. The low chance of rain, so again, that on and off rain that we're seeing now should fall out of the forecast as we head into tomorrow morning. However, if you remember from the radar, that rain's going to come back as we head into Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening.
Just in time for the holidays, Taco Bell launched their newest dessert, the Baja Blast Pie, inspired by the fan favorite Mountain Dew soda. The key lime style pie is in stores for a limited time.
And if you want that extra Baja Blast fix, Taco Bell is offering a Baja Blast Pie Chiller, a frozen drink version of the pie with vanilla ice cream, whipped cream, and a churro. And it looks like our lovely producers have gotten us some of the pie to try on air.
Wow,
I don't know how lovely they are making us try this.
I know.
I don't know.
I personally love a good Baja Blast.
I'll be honest, I've never had Taco Bell or a Baja Blast.
I've never been more happy that I'm not having to try something.
All right, let's see how.
You eating it already?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm good water.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
That is a flavor.
Yep, I'm gonna eat that.
So
too.
thankful for 3
Thank
spoons here. Never been more thankful.
You have to try a bite.
I don't have a spoon.
Oh.
No, I'm more than okay. Based off of your guys' reaction, I think I'm more than okay.
So, it's really bright, as you can tell. Really.
Yes.
It tastes bright. I don't like that. Was
It really? You can really see the Baja Blast in that pie.
Again, I've never had a Baja Blast, so if that's what that tastes like, I'm never having.
Let me tell you,
I've never had Taco Bell, and I'm glad I'm keeping that streak alive.
Oh, man.
guys, the Baja Blast drink is like electric. It is very good.
Right, but that's proof that you should make everything you drink into a food, right?
Oh, I agree.
Oh my goodness.
This was a prime example of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like why?
That might be better than whatever we're eating right now.
I would agree. Oh man, I don't.
Yeah, I think it's only offered in California and Texas. This is not a very California thing. I'm gonna defend my state here a little bit, but this is definitely not for me. But maybe
out of
for
10,
you guys.
what are you giving it?
Probably a 3.
I'll go a 2.
Oh, negative 7,000.
Completely agree. Anyway, that's Citrus TV News Live at 6 for this Friday.
For more of the latest, you can follow us on X and Instagram on Citrus TV News. Now for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Anjana Dasam.
And I'm Matt Lesnik. Have a great night, Syracuse.
Don't eat this pie.